You guys, I am hiking from Aspen to Crested Butte right now, and it is freaking gorgeous out here. So I just wanted to bring you guys along on this journey. So I'm out here with my friend Paul, so you're gonna see him in this video. And today, day number 1, we are hiking from Aspen to Crested Butte via the East Maroon Trailhead and East Maroon Portal. So we go over East Maroon Pass. And then tomorrow we're gonna come back a different way to hike back to our car. And we're gonna go over the West Maroon Pass. And tonight we're gonna be bougie and stay in a hotel instead of camping out. Woot woot. So I just wanted to bring you guys along, show you what this hike is all about. It's one of Colorado's more famous hikes that everyone has on their bucket list. And it's just, this area is so freaking stunning. There are wildflowers everywhere. These views are incredible. We are loving it out here. So come along on the journey. So like I said, you can either take East Maroon Pass or West Maroon Pass to get from Aspen to Crested Butte in the Maroon Bells-Snowmass Wilderness. While these trailheads are close together, they're not in the exact same place, so you got to make sure that you're at the right trailhead. So if you're hiking the East Maroon Trailhead, you got to make sure you're at the East Portal. If you're hiking the West Maroon Trail, you got to make sure you're at the West Maroon Portal. West Maroon is the far more popular way to go, and a lot of people will just hike one way and then get a ride back. So not everyone does, goes to Crested Butte and then also hikes back. Like sometimes they'll just hike over to Crested Butte or vice versa, and then they'll get some sort of shuttle on the way back. But we wanted to do it both ways. If you are starting on the Aspen side and you are leaving your car on the Aspen side, note that you have to get an overnight parking permit in order to park at either of these trailheads. The West Maroon Trailhead is especially popular because people can use this trailhead just to go on day hikes in the Maroon Bells, and they also can use this trailhead to do the 4-pass loop, which is another spectacular hike in this area. I have some videos on that hike as well if you guys are interested. It actually overlaps this hike for a little ways if you're taking West Maroon Pass. And this wilderness area has seen a lot of use, especially over the past few years. So that's why you have to get an overnight parking permit in order to leave your car in the Maroon Bells-Snowmass Wilderness on the Aspen side. To get an overnight parking permit, you would get this through the Aspen Chamber of Commerce. Just go to their website. All of the information is on there. If you want to start on the Aspen side and you are not able to get an overnight parking permit, you can also get a bus ticket to take a bus into the wilderness area from the Buttermilk ski area in Aspen, and so you could leave your car either at a public parking area in Aspen or at the Buttermilk ski area, and you would also get these bus tickets through the Aspen Chamber of Commerce. If you are starting on the Crested Butte side, you do not need a parking permit or a bus pass. The Aspen side, I believe, is the more popular side to start from. At least that's what I'm guessing from the amount of cars and just the logistics of needing a parking permit and all of that. The East Maroon Trail is known for being the uglier of the two trails, but I think the people that say that are crazy because both of these trails are spectacularly beautiful. And there were far fewer people on the East Maroon side as opposed to the West Maroon side. So we had a much more enjoyable experience actually on the East Maroon side. Although truly we loved both trails. They're both just totally amazing. And I think, we were so lucky to be able to experience both of them. But either one of these trails would just be amazing. If you only have time to do one, they're both amazing. I would only do these trails in the summer months, so July, August, September, because this is pretty high elevation. Both of these trails on the Aspen side start at about 9,000 feet of elevation, so that's 9,000 feet above sea level. And then East Maroon Pass goes up to almost 12,000 feet, and West Maroon Pass goes over 12,000 feet. So that means a few things. That means snow sticks around much later than in lower areas of Colorado, for example, Denver or Boulder. It means that snow comes back earlier in the fall than other places that are at lower elevation. And speaking of the snow, we actually had to take our shoes off to cross a creek several times on both
sides of this hike. On the East Maroon side, we had to take our shoes off extra. So we did that like 6 or 7 times. And so if we were to go before July, those creeks could really be rushing with snow melt and cause a dangerous situation. So that's another reason that I probably wouldn't do this hike before July. And then also, peak wildflowers tend to be in July, and Crested Butte is supposed to be the wildflower capital of Colorado. So we really wanted to catch the wildflowers. So again, I wouldn't want the trail to be snow covered, so I wouldn't go before July.
Okay, we finished day 1 of our hike from the East Maroon trailhead over to Crested Butte. So now we're just at the Judd Falls trailhead on the other side of the Crested Butte side, waiting for our shuttle to take us into Crested Butte. First impressions, this trail that we did today is supposed to be the uglier of the two. Tomorrow, the West Maroon trail is supposed to be way prettier. And I saw people complaining about how this trail is not pretty enough and there are better ones in Colorado. And I think they're crazy because this trail is freaking beautiful. And the wildflowers are magical. The views were magical. Just a really, really nice gradual trail. There was a lot of uphill, but it was gradual. So I'm really excited to see what tomorrow has in store. I've done half of tomorrow's trail when I've done the 4-pass loop. So I know what to expect on that end, but someone today told us that the Crested Butte side of the West Maroon Trail has the best wildflowers in the entire world. You guys know that I geek out on wildflowers, so I'm so freaking excited for that. But first, I'm more excited to go rest and eat pizza. So I'll be right back tomorrow. Day 2, here we go, going up over West Maroon Pass today. We can see from the trailhead it's already much busier than the East Maroon Trail. So we're hiking back to Aspen. I'm a little tired this morning, a little teeny bit sore. Had a really nice night in Crested Butte. Went out for some pizza at the Secret Stash, which I definitely recommend. So I have half of that to pack out today for lunch, so hopefully that keeps me fueled throughout this journey. But so far, loving it, and I'm sure today is gonna be awesome.
By the way, logistically speaking, we set up a shuttle to pick us up at the Judd Falls trailhead coming out of the East Maroon Pass. The shuttle service that we used was called the Alpine Express. Honestly, they were overpriced, but they were the cheaper of the two options that we found. We found Alpine Express and we found Dolly's. So it was $50 per person one way from the Judd Falls trailhead to our hotel in Mount Crested Butte, which is maybe a 15 or 20 minute drive. So $50 for a 15 to 20 minute ride per person is quite a bit in my opinion, but that was a little bit cheaper than Dolly's. And honestly, our shuttle driver, Scott, was awesome. He gave us a lot of the history of the area. He was super pleasant. He was super nice. So at least even if it was overpriced, it worked out. We didn't have to scramble to try to hitchhike or ask someone for a ride at the trailhead. And Scott was awesome. So it worked out okay. We had the option to get picked up at 4:30 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. So we got picked up at 4:30, which was nice because then it gave us like the entire evening to spend in Crested Butte before waking up in the morning and turning right around. And then we also booked a shuttle back with that same company in the morning. So they picked us up at our hotel and then they drove us out to the West Maroon trailhead to start our journey back to Aspen. That drive was a little bit farther. It was probably a half hour or so, and part of the road was on dirt road. And that was the same price. It was $50 per person one way. That felt a little more reasonable because it was a little farther out and it was on dirt road, but honestly, silver price, but we had the same driver, and again, he was awesome. By the way, I feel like in this video, this pass looks like nothing, but it was really tough.
Made it to the top of the pass. Pizza reward.
Anywho, as I was saying, we wanted to stay in downtown Crested Butte, but we couldn't find a place. It was all booked up. So we stayed in Mount Crested Butte, but that worked out great. That's like where the ski resort is. And we stayed at a hotel there. And there's a free shuttle that runs from Mount Crested Butte down to downtown Crested Butte every 20 minutes. So we were able to just hop on the shuttle, go get pizza, check out the town. If I were to do this hike again, I would probably do it in 3 days. The first day, I would still go up and over East Maroon Pass, but then I would camp at Copper Lake on the other side of the pass, on the Crested Butte side of the pass. I would hike into Crested Butte the next day. I would stay there all day, enjoy the sights, enjoy the town. And then on day 3, I would hike back over West Maroon Pass back to my car. It just would have been nice to have more time in Crested Butte. By the way, downside of taking West Maroon Pass on the way back is you have to hike 3 extra miles on the road because the East Maroon Trailhead is down the road from the West Maroon Trailhead. Or you could be like us and stick out your thumb and hope for the best and hope you get a ride, which we did. Shout out to the 2 camper girls who picked us up. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.